What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the video. I'm Coach Allen, and over the holiday season and for the past couple months, I have been in a structured, dedicating bulking phase for a long period of time. My goal has been to build muscle mass and increase my strength, and I have accomplished both. But in the same process of being in my bulking phase, putting on that muscle mass and gaining that strength, as well as with the holiday season, unfortunately, but naturally, I gained a little bit of body fat in the process too. Now that it's the new year, I'm gonna be shifting my goals around and I'm going into a fat loss phase. I'm gonna get back down to that 10% body fat mark, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I'm gonna do that in the next 8 to 10 weeks. If you have similar goals for this new year, you're gonna wanna pay close attention to today's video, and you also should probably smash that subscribe button because I'm gonna be taking you guys along the journey for the next couple weeks on exactly what I'm doing in order to get to that 10% body fat mark. Oh, this guy hasn't been on camera in a little bit. Say hello. Scout is all for it too, guys. But anyways, in today's video, the topics that we're gonna be talking about is training, nutrition, how you should be sleeping every single night, the water intake, and all the other daily habits that are gonna boost your fat loss and get you to that 8 to 10% body fat mark, get you shredded for any upcoming events, whether that's the summer coming up or anything else that you're looking forward to. You always wanna make sure that you have that nice lean physique because you're always gonna feel more confident, I can guarantee it. All right, so the first topic that we're gonna talk about is our body is made up of 70% roughly of it, and that's your water intake. So you wanna make sure minimally that you are hitting half your body weight in ounces of water every single day. And this goes for if you're in a fat loss phase, if you're bulking, maybe you should even be drinking a little bit more, but this goes for any time. You should always be hitting your water intake goal. You will always thank yourself for it. You'll feel more full throughout the day if you're in a fat loss phase. You're gonna have more energy throughout the entire day because your entire system of your body runs off of water. So right now, we're gonna go head to the gym. We're gonna smash a chest and arms workout today. We're gonna be smashing a little bit of pre-workout right here. We got PHORM's Project 1 pre-workout right here. And then we're also gonna put some creatine in with this too. So this stack right here is going to boost the performance at the gym, and I've been in love with this. And honestly, when it comes to taking creatine, it doesn't matter when you take it. It could be before your workout, it could be after your workout, it could be first thing in the morning. Creatine is just something that you wanna keep in your system. Let's get into the repetition, get into the routine of just taking it whenever works best for you. I noticed that I like stacking these two together, and that just puts me in a good routine to take my creatine consistently. So with Project 1 by PHORM, in this, I'm gonna do 1 scoop here today. Well, honestly, I usually don't even do full scoops. We're gonna throw it right in here. I don't even do full scoops. A lot of times, just because right now I feel pretty awake, I feel pretty caffeinated, and the goal of pre-workout is to boost your performance. And if you're in a fat loss phase, you're really gonna wanna pay close attention to your energy levels. And when you go to the gym, when you're doing your training sessions, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have energy to make sure that you're still challenging the weights. Because if you're not challenging the weights and you're not upping your weight just a little bit, or at least staying the same with your weight, and if you're not getting that 1 extra rep, then if you're in a fat loss phase and you notice that you're not moving as heavy of a weight, or you are not getting as many reps, and you're in a fat loss phase, you could be losing some muscle too, and you don't want that. So it's important that you are well rested, you have energy so that you can go into the workout with purpose to hold on to that muscle mass in a fat loss phase. So that's where pre-workout is really gonna come in clutch, because it's gonna boost your energy in the gym, give you a nice pump right here. And if this interests you, there is going to be a link down in the description. Again, this is PHORM, and I absolutely love their products, guys. I've been using them for a long time, and some of you guys might know, and some of you guys might not know, but I am now a PHORM ambassador also, which is super, super exciting. So, and you can support me by using the link down in the description to snag yourself some gear, so that you stay fired up in your sessions and smash the workouts in your fat loss phase. Just got done hitting chest and arms. If you cannot tell by my beautiful red face, it was a great workout. But anyways, guys, I want to talk a little bit right now about the training methods in order to get shredded. So there's a lot of different focuses that you can have going into your training sessions, okay? You can train for hypertrophy, which basically means that your main goal is to build more muscle mass, okay? And there's another focus where you could focus more so on gaining overall strength, which is going to be a little bit less reps, but you're really focusing on executing good form and just really knocking out a very intense 1 to 5 reps, usually max. And there's even a power building approach too, where you can combine the two, where you're starting out your exercise with a heavier compound movement that's a little bit more strength focused, and then you make up the tail end of that workout throughout the whole split, that whole weekend, that whole phase, with more so isolation workouts at the end of the workout. I have done all of these different approaches. I've gone through hypertrophy phases, I've gone through strength phases, and I've gone through power building phases, and they all suit different purposes. But I really do truly believe that whatever phase you are in, if your goal is to build muscle, there's a phase that suits that better, or even better yet, dedicating a certain period of time where you can go into a hypertrophy phase, follow that up with a strength focus phase, and then cycle on and off between those two if you're in a caloric surplus. And I also find that in a fat loss phase, it is best to follow more of a hypertrophic approach from this. And there's a couple reasons why that's going to really benefit your training if you're trying to lose body fat at the same time. So let's first talk about what goes into a strength focused phase, okay, or a strength focused workout split. You're not really getting a lot of volume, and you are really challenging your central nervous system, your muscles, your joints, and everything. Now think about your body, okay, in a fat loss phase, especially if you're doing a fat loss phase for an extended period of time. You are constantly in a fight or flight mode, okay? And basically your body is fighting at all times to hold on to muscle mass. It's fighting at all times to not get overreached or overwork from a very intense split. And what happens in a strength focus phase or a power building phase when you're in a fat loss phase, what's going to happen when you're in a caloric deficit is you're almost on purpose putting your body under stress to lose body fat, because our body doesn't like to change fast. And so if you're really stressing out your body with intense workouts that you're really trying to target strength focused movements or even power building movements, what's going to happen is that combination with a caloric deficit, especially for a long period of time, you are just going to completely overtrain your body, and you're going to start releasing a lot of cortisol into your system, which is the stress hormone, and that's going to slow down the rate of your overall fat loss, and that's what we don't want. So what approach is going to work best for you when you're in a caloric deficit with the goal of losing body fat? What's going to work best for your training split is to follow a hypertrophy phase, where from beginning of the workout to the end of the workout, you are really focusing on getting anywhere between 8 to 15, and sometimes you don't want to limit it. You can go even 8 to 20 with certain movements too. That's going to be more favorable because you're able to focus on form better. You're able to take your muscles through a full range of motion the entire time, and you're going to really be able to have a lot of time under tension, especially in the eccentrics of that movement. And each and every single working set is going to take a long period of time, and what's going to happen with that too is you're going to be burning extra calories, which just increases your overall caloric deficit. So it's a win-win. And not only that too, but the hypertrophy phase and the style of that lift is not too intense, and it's not too stressful on your central nervous system, your joints, and your muscles, and you're able to recover at a little bit of a higher rate. When you're in a fat loss phase, you're purposely putting your body under stress to lose body fat. So you don't want to over stress it out with doing strength focused movements and even power building focused movements. So that's why a hypertrophy phase is going to be the best phase to follow when you're in a caloric deficit if you're looking to reach your fat loss goals. All right, fam, I'm super excited. We are going to be rocking this bagel sandwich here for lunch. Again, it's all about balance, and that is exactly what we're going to talk about next, is nutrition to hit your fat loss goals. So I take a flexible dieting approach. That way I could still eat the foods that I love. Now, do I just go all willy-nilly and just eat candy for breakfast and ice cream for lunch and all that? No, obviously not. I still am making sure that I follow the 80-20 balance rule, where 80% of my diet is coming from whole food sources, and then the other 20 is treat yourself stuff. Again, this isn't complete 20% right here. You know, it's a perfect mix. And when you find that right balance, you learn to find the right foods that follow the 80-20 rule, and you find the foods, or you more so say, I like to eat burgers. Well, how can you take that burger and then make it in a way so that it hits your macros? It allows you to stay in a caloric deficit so that you hit your fat loss goal. And that is how you will be able to sustainably stick with your diet. So that's why I take the flexible dieting approach. I'm not gonna just stick to a meal plan and not have any leeway with that, because I still want to go out and enjoy life, and everybody should. And that is where flexible dieting really comes into play. As for putting me into a caloric deficit, in terms of me reaching my fat loss goal, it's a must. You cannot out-train a bad diet. And not only that too, you need to make sure that you are hitting your calories, you are hitting your macros. And the best way that you can do that is by tracking. So I track my food every single day. I have been for God knows how long, for a long period of time, both at a maintenance phase, in a bulking phase, and in my last cut. I haven't stopped, and it's become such a daily habit of mine that I don't even think about it. When I'm tracking using my phone, I also make sure that I use a food scale, because sometimes, yeah, you might have a good eye, or you might think you have a good eye when it comes to saying, I got 100 grams of ham on the sandwich, okay? Or that's 15 grams of mayo or something. I can guarantee it, especially when you are in a fat loss phase and your stomach is rumbling, you're probably going to add a little bit more, and that's gonna bump you out of that caloric deficit. And it is so important that you set your caloric range and you hit your macros on point so that you turn into the body composition that you want to get. You sculpt your dream physique. That's how you're gonna do it, through your diet. Once you got your macro set, once you have your calories set, then with time, we're making little changes to your calories, and that's a must. I make probably about a 25 to 75 calorie change max between a week or two in my calories, but I make sure that I take a proactive approach to that so I never hit a plateau, because you don't want to stay in a fat loss phase forever. You want to go into a fat loss phase with the goal to lose fat. You want to make sure that you have the right structure that's going to get you there, so that you're not living your life in a caloric deficit, and that sucks. No one wants that. So that's going to be the approach that I start here with this cut. I'm taking a 1.5. Actually, right now, since I'm just getting started and I'm a little bit higher in body fat right now, I'm actually dropping 2 pounds of body weight per week. That is my goal. Now, I'm not going to do that throughout the whole cut because, I'll probably explain in another video, but as I go further into this cut, I'm probably going to be changing my caloric deficit of 2 pounds lost per week to probably around 1.5 or 1 pound lost per week, because there's going to be a time where my cortisol or my stress hormone starts building up in my body and all these other factors start coming into play, and I start getting lower in energy. When I get down to 2,000 calories, which is very, very low for me, that's probably when I'm going to opt out of losing 2 pounds per week and opt more so for 1, so that I could eat a little bit more food but still be losing weight at a consistent basis. But again, I'm rambling right now. That will be in the future video. That's why you should probably subscribe to my channel, so that you join me along the journey and you learn along the way. So that does it with the nutrition portion. Now it's time to eat this bad boy. And there's actually a really, really sick looking gym that's opening up here in Marquette called Advantage. We're gonna go and check out Advantage because I pass by it every single day and it looks pretty dang sick. All right, guys, now the last thing I want to talk to you about when it comes to you reaching your fat loss goals is going to be cardio, okay? And cardio comes in many, many different forms. It could be like walking, just like we're doing right now, or it could be in snowboarding. But no matter what, the biggest thing is you have to do the mode of cardio in order to hit your fat loss goals that you enjoy most. If you're not into snowboarding, I'm not gonna force you to go out and go snowboarding. If you don't like walking, then skip the walking. If you like to run, then go out and run. That's the main thing. You gotta find the mode of cardio that you enjoy doing. So you, once again, you probably guessed it, just like the food, you stay consistent with it. Fitness and you reaching your goals and keeping them there for good is not about doing the hard work and doing running because it yields a little bit of a better result, or walk because it's a little bit lower impact. You got to do what you like so that you do it consistently. And we all know that consistency is the name of the game. So for me, what are my favorite modes of cardio? I like walking, like we're doing right now, because one, I don't know where he is at the moment, but anyways, it gives me a chance to get outside with my dog Scout, and he loves this time. He likes to chase the squirrels, maybe not in the winter time, but you guys get the point. Hey, dude, are you getting the squirrels today? Where are the squirrels? Or did you find a bunny? He knows these words, believe me. Hey, Scout, squirrel? Oh, yeah, you want to get the squirrel. Let's go get him. But anyways, guys, find the mode of cardio that you enjoy doing, whether that's walking, whether that's running, biking, no matter what, whatever you do, just stay consistent with it and always explore new modes. So don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and try something, because you never know, you might like cross-country skiing, and cross-country skiing is an excellent workout. Now, the reason why I like to walk is because it gives me a chance to get outside with my pup Scout, and he gets to run around, get his energy out. And for me, it's really nice for a little bit of a mental break from the stresses in this world. And this goes for me, and this goes for everybody. I firmly believe that everybody should get outside and do their cardio every single day, even if it's the winter time. And another reason why walking is an excellent form of cardio, especially if you are in a fat loss phase, is because it's low impact. You can still stay at a nice brisk walk and hold a good pace and get your heart rate up nice and high, but it's low impact on your joints and on your muscles. And when you're in a fat loss phase, again, we talked about this when we were talking about our nutrition, this is when our body is in a very sensitive state. Our body doesn't want very high impact because we're already placing a lot of stress on it when it comes to the diet and when it comes to resistance training. And again, each one serves its purpose. The caloric deficit is there so that you are in a fat burning state. The resistance training is in its place so that you retain and you hold on to your muscle fibers when you are in a caloric deficit, because we don't want to lose the muscle, we only want to lose the fat. So that's why we resistance train. But if you still need to burn some extra calories so that you hit your caloric deficit goal, you can get out and do some cardio. Whatever kind of cardio it is you like to do, get outside and do that cardio, but low impact, like walking, is always going to be really, really nice, because when you're placing a lot of stress on your body from resistance training, that is going to be natural. And when you're placing your body under a lot of stress with caloric deficit as well, that is also going to be very tiring on your body. So you might not have much energy to really give to go for a run or for a bike ride. So get outside, walk. It's a low impact on the joints, it's easy on the central nervous system, and that's just gonna keep you a fat burning machine in 2024. All right, guys, and the last daily habit that we have to talk about in order for you to hit your fat loss goals in 2024 is to get adequate sleep. Whether you're in a fat loss phase, whether you're building muscle, or whether you don't even have any goals at all, we all need sleep. Our body is not going to be able to perform optimally, whether you're in a fat loss phase or if you're building muscle. But specifically for fat loss, it is so important to get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep, because when you get that much sleep, that is your time where it's going to reduce the stress hormones in your body. That is your time where your body is going to be recovering the most. So your muscles are going to finally get that chance to recover when you're sitting down, and last up to That's just going to increase your performance when you're in the gym. If you get a sufficient amount of sleep at night, your muscles are going to have a sufficient amount of time to recover so that you can go into the gym the very next day and train with intensity. And that intensity is what's going to be important when you're in a caloric deficit so that you hold onto the muscle mass. And we all know that when you're in a caloric deficit, the weights start to feel heavier, so you better be well rested so you have that energy to give. And that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. And again, in 2024, if you have a fat loss goal, if you are looking to put on muscle, or if you're looking to just build healthier habits, I got your back. I just started my online fitness coaching business, and if you are interested in working one-on-one with me so that you hit your goal, whether that's fat loss, whether that's building muscle, then hit the link in the description. It's the very first one that you will see. Fill out the application, and then I will reach out and get in contact with you, and we'll get right to work. And there's no doubt, even my clients are having awesome results right now. There's no doubt we will get you to your goals. And if you want to learn a little bit more about my coaching business, then make sure you check out this video right here. And if you're new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe button right here. Have a great day, guys. Let's get those goals.